get better, ready to fire, and I think that's paying off. We're definitely getting better by the week. So.
Well, this is a live look at CBU after a big night, a historic night here at the Event Center. The first ever Division I postseason games. The men and women's team playing back-to-back tonight. The women playing in the WNIT against Pepperdine, and the men's basketball team taking on Loyola Marymount in the first round of the CBI tournament. This is a very special Inside the Lancers presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling as we bring you highlights live from CBU where the men's game has gone final. We've got highlights from both of these games, so we appreciate you staying up late and tuning in tonight. My name is Pep Fernandez, live at the CBU Event Center right now with a breakdown of all the highlights from the two games here for CBU. Again, a historic night, regardless of the outcome. Big night here in Riverside as California Baptist playing its first ever Division I postseason games, and the men and women having a doubleheader, playing back-to-back. That's unheard of. So a banner night here for CBU. So let's go to the highlights. We'll start with the men's game. As we mentioned, they are taking on Loyola Marymount in the first round of the CBI tournament. Loyola Marymount, good team out of the West Coast Conference, the WCC. So let's go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. So here we go with the highlights. Big crowd tonight at the Event Center, even though the kids are on spring break, but still packed the house tonight. Jordan Heading going in for the bucket, but CBU was down 8, 19-11, still in the first half. Dejon Davis, he's going to get the bucket here as he drives in. Similar shot to Heading, but CBU trailing 23-13, so it was about an 8 to 10 point lead for LMU for much of the first half. Jeremy Smith, he'll dial up for 3. He had 11 in the game, but LMU, again, the Lions on top 25-16. LMU making some big baskets in the first half. They led 29-21 at the break, and Milan Aqua, the leading scorer for CBU, was held scoreless in the first half. Second half was a different story. Here we go with Marquise Mosley going in for the bucket, 39-34, so CBU within 5, and then Milan Aqua would get hot. Very deep 3 there. That makes it a 6-point lead for LMU, and then it's Heading cutting the LMU lead to 4 with a runner off the glass, and it's good. Heading and Aqua each had 13 for the Lancers. LMU comes back with a big 3 of their own, pushes their lead back up to 7, and then it's Mosley coming up with a huge lay-in. The Lancers get within 1, 46-45 with just over 4 minutes to play. Smith, he had himself a ball game off the bench, making some big plays. And here, check out the ball movement, finding Smith in the corner for a huge triple. It's a 51-50 game. LMU still on top by 1 with about 2 minutes to go. Then Heading's 3 falls in. We're tied at 53 with 1:27 to play. Big bucket here. Matthias Markussen for LMU gets the basket and the foul. That puts LMU on top, 56-55. So it's a 1-point game. 5.7 seconds to play. CBU gets the ball on the final possession. One look at the rim. It's Smith, deep 3 off the iron. It's no good. LMU chases down the ball, and that's how this game ends as the horn sounds on the season for CBU. What a run it was for the Lancers. Their first in Division I. And it was quite the season, but they fall in the first round of the CBI against Loyola Marymount. Final score of 56-55. Once again, Milan Aqua and Jordan Heading both with 13 points to pace CBU tonight against the Lions. And Matthias Markussen, he had 13 points, and that huge basket plus the foul, the old-fashioned 3-point play at the end of this game, which turned out to be the difference with about 30 seconds to play, 27 seconds to play when Markussen got the bucket and won. So that was the men's game. The women, they also had a game tonight. Again, it was a doubleheader here at CBU. The women playing in the WNIT against Pepperdine. So both CBU schools playing WCC schools, West Coast Conference schools. So let's go inside the Lancers once again, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling for highlights from the women's game. Here we go, the double dip. The women tipped off at 5 and followed by the men just shortly after 7:30. And this was a close game. Pepperdine trying to hold on to a lead as we go into the fourth quarter here. The Pepperdine bucket puts them up by 8. But Brittany Thomas, wow, she has been fantastic all season long. Spinning to her left, lays it in. Thomas with 21 points, 10 of 14 from the floor. She was fantastic. And Georgia Dale, big three here for CBU. The Lancers keeping it close down the stretch. They just could not overcome this Pepperdine team, who came up with some big stops and some big baskets in crucial clutch time in the final couple minutes of this game, and that would keep the Lancers at bay as Pepperdine defeats CBU by a final score of 91 to 79. 91-79 the final score. So great run by the women's basketball team, who finished second in the WAC this season, runner-up only to New Mexico State, who also won the men's conference championship in hoops. So great run by both CBU basketball teams, but it comes to a close tonight. And here's a live look at the event center as everyone is filing out. Big night of hoops. It was an exciting night of basketball here at CBU, but the men's and women's basketball teams both coming up a little bit short. But wow, what a foundation to build on going forward here in the Division I era. My name is Pep Fernandez. We've been live here at CBU. We appreciate you tuning in, and this has been another edition of Inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. Make sure you check out the Inland Sports TV show every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. We'll be back in the studio come next Tuesday, and we'll be breaking down some more CBU basketball, plus big local coaching news on the high school gridiron. I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you next time on Inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling.
Ready to get better, ready to fire, and I think that's paying off. We're definitely getting better by the week. So